Good evening, Kenton community. My name is Sabatino Samato. I am your superintendent, and this is your weekly connection update. A little bit of a different format. I'm not in the office today, so we're not using our traditional filming. We're using a virtual model to bring you the update. So let's get going in this new format for this week. I really encourage everyone to look at the update. The stories, just an overview of all the stories. First, we have a little piece on free hug project coming to Kenton. Then we have, of course, our safety tips for families. We have our school and district highlights. We have our section on celebrating Women's History Month here in the month of March. And then we finish off with our recognitions. In the first section, you'll see that update from myself, Free Hugs Project coming to Kenton. The Kenton School District and the Kenmore-Tonawanda Youth Parks and Recreation Department are teaming up to bring this Free Hugs Project to our community. Free Hugs founder Kenmore-Tonawanda Jr., whose videos have been seen by millions, will bring his inspirational message to Kenton this Wednesday, March 8th, for students, families, community members. Now, folks, we're going to actually get this presentation for our students, have this presentation for our students Wednesday during the day. But this evening event open to the public will begin at 7 p.m. on Wednesday in the Franklin Middle School auditorium. I really encourage you to pick up and look at our connection this week, do some reading, because this promises to be a great event, great collaboration. A special thank you to the Kenton Closet, Kenton Friends of Youth Foundation, Kenmore West Homeschool Association, and Kenmore East Parent Teacher Student Association. Our next part is our safety tip for families. We have this every week. And of course, our biggest priority, our number one priority in schools, are a safe learning environment. And this section this week really goes into a tip for families and really working with students and what families can do to help contribute to a safe learning environment, especially talking to your kiddos about always reporting anything that they see. It really finishes off with the phrase that I always like to hear and say: if you see something, say something. So there's a tip in there for families just to really work with students to make sure that we stay consistent with that. Then, of course, we go into our school and district highlights. This week, we have Lindbergh Elementary celebrates Love for Literacy Week. Kenmore East High School to present Xanadu the musical on March 9th through 11th. Spring sports season begins on March 13th. Franklin Elementary School hosts Black History Month celebration. Students enjoy colored theme activities at Edison Elementary Color Carnival. Franklin Middle School focuses on social media safety. Home students learn the sport of lacrosse from Buffalo Bandits players. Franklin Elementary PTA expresses appreciation for bus drivers and aides. Kenmore West Business Club members volunteer with Hearts for the Homeless. IB students make the world a better place through CAS projects. And finally, 7th grade families sign up for a free apple cinnamon oatmeal kit. And you could see all of those stories just happening this week in our Kenton School District. Wonderful job. Really take a look and read about those special things happening throughout our district. Our next section, of course, celebrating Women's History Month here in the month of March, and none other than Miss Jane Addams. And folks, those of you who have been around Kenton for a long time even remember that we had a school named Jane Addams School right over there on Cortland and Center. And this section talks about Miss Jane Addams, her contributions. So really take a look at that celebration and really read up. It's a good opportunity for children to understand also the contributions of Miss Jane Addams. And finally, our recognitions. This week, we have 2 of them. Speaking of social workers, you're going to see a section there on our social workers, celebrating them. Next week, National School Social Workers Week. Really take your time. We are so fortunate to have such a wonderful team of social workers in all of our schools. And I really encourage all of our families to encourage your children to really say thank you next week and really show that appreciation for our social workers. Look at the connection. We have a great piece on our social workers there. And then we finish off with our other recognition, which is our students for state championship qualifiers. We have a recognition in there for track and field, and then a recognition in there for our bowlers. Really check that out, as their dedication has been second to none to getting to that elite level of qualifying for championships. And that brings us to the end of our connection. And folks, I'll tell you, we have a little bit of weather coming in. Make sure that we stay safe this evening going into this weekend. Really encourage students. One of the most difficult things about the month of March is that at times we could see that we kind of get a little bit, we rest on our laurels academically. We remember it, folks, when we were growing up, the month of March can feel like a very long month. Really encourage our kiddos. We could do that in partnership to really, like I said, kick it into another gear. We really want to do well this third quarter so that we're going into our fourth quarter really ready for the end of the school year. We're in the really heart of the school year now, and this is the time to kick it into that other gear. Because together we will always make Kenton proud. Together we will be Kenton strong, and together we will move all of our kiddos forward as one Kenton family. Thank you very much and have a wonderful weekend.